Well, I have made it to Prague, my very first former Eastern Bloc city. I grew up during the Cold War, so there's like this 15-year-old inside of me right now that's going, oh my God, I'm behind the Iron Curtain, how totally cool. Now, of course, the Iron Curtain was, opened about a decade and a half ago, and Prague was invaded immediately by millions upon millions of tourists who wanted to see for themselves why the city had been called the most beautiful in all of Europe. Being here, you feel like you are in the middle of it all, and that makes sense because right now we're in Central Europe. The Czech Republic is considered the heart of Europe, and of course we're in the Czech Republic's capital city. Now, the Czechs were part of Czechoslovakia for about 72 years. In '93, they split, and it was described to me as a very amicable divorce, but you're like, well, sure it was. You got Prague.
Prague is an overwhelming city, but it's manageable if you break it up into parts. I'm on one of the icons of Prague, Charles Bridge. Most of what you want to see and do are in areas right off this bridge. Charles Bridge was built in 1357 to connect the two sides of Prague. Among other things, what makes this bridge distinctive are the 30 statues that run along it. Some are more dramatic than others.
This is the most famous statue here, the one of Saint John of Nepomuk, and he was killed here and thrown over the bridge. You can see the scene right there. Now, the story goes that if you touch Saint John, he will bring you good luck. Here's the thing, you gotta do it with your left hand. To all you people who did it with your right hand, you gotta come back because I don't know what's gonna happen to you. The Charles Bridge leads you onto Karlova Street, which becomes very narrow, so sort of bottlenecking occurs. There's so many people walking around right now, you're like, did a game just let out? I don't know. But this is a good time to bring up the fact that you really have to be mindful of your valuables when you're in situations like this. Prague, unfortunately, has a pretty serious pickpocket problem, so men, take your wallet out of your back pocket. Women, make sure it's in another compartment zipped up, hang on to it, and now you'll be fine. The narrow street finally opens up to an expansive old town square. It really takes your breath away. This is sort of the center of Touristville here, and it's always been the heart of Prague ever since the 10th century when this was its main marketplace. There is a lot of history here, and it's here that you begin to realize how architecturally astounding Prague is. Prague is the best preserved capital city in Central Europe, mainly because during World War II it escaped largely untouched. And because of that, you have in one city the architectural styles that span over 700 years. And actually, in this square alone, you have Rococo, Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque. Again, it's just a breathtaking place to be. The Czech Republic is a part of the European Union, but they won't be changing over to the euro until, I've been told, 2010. Their currency is the crown, and it's beautiful, and I'd love to show it to you, but, well, now that wouldn't be smart in this area now, would it? So you're just going to have to trust me. What you should know is that it is very easy to get money here. There are ATMs and change places everywhere.
Shopping in the square can be of the tourist variety, but in the streets that surround the square, you can easily find high quality and authentic merchandise.
There certainly are a lot of Marionette shops in Prague, and the ones in the really touristy areas, I don't know, they're kind of, they look like something you could buy at home. The quality doesn't seem that good. So I asked the hotel, where do you find a really good Marionette shop? They pointed me in this direction. Hello.
Hello. Can I help you?
Yes. These are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Do you design these?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, yes,
Oh.
yes, yes. Can I show you this design? It's very interesting.
That's beautiful.
And you can find here a lot of symbols. I can find for myself the imagination and dreams, and it's very interesting for me. I can show you, for example, this kind of the puppets.
And this is a gesture?
Yeah, that is the gesture, and the moving is very easy. That it's for legs. Puppets theater has here a very long tradition, yes, because every family had a puppets theater, and they played for the children.
Was it a way of telling stories to them, like an oral
Yes,
history?
yes, fairy stories, and with princess and with dragon.
They did fairy tales.
Yes, yes, yes. What is good and what is not good.
Morals.
To be happy or not to be happy.
Well, these would just make me happy. Thank you.
Next, this is not just another changing of the guard. These uniforms were designed by an Oscar winner. We visit Prague Castle when we return.
I am in an area of Prague that not too many tourists, okay, no tourists, venture to. We're in the outskirts, in the residential area. There are no museums here, not a lot of architecture to speak of. There is, however, a shop selling what I am told is the best hot apple strudel in all of Europe. I heard that and I said, how do I get there? Oh, you can smell it before you see it. It's amazing. Now look at this. I have a little cheat card. I'm learning to speak Czech just to order strudel. Here I've got it written in English, then written in Czech, then I have it spelled out phonetically, so I know how to pronounce it, so all my bases are covered. Okay. Dobrý den!
Musím pracovat, jinak se mám dobře, moc dobře.
Jeden promin? Jeden prozin.
Jeden apple.
Apple?
Apple.
Apple, yes, yes. You know strudel. It's just cooked fruit baked in sweet pastry, but this version is miles away from what you'd find in the dairy case. Oh my gosh, that's one piece?
Prosím.
Oh, nothing. Okay, I'll take. And it says it is 33 crowns, which right now is a little over $1. $1 for that, isn't that incredible? Wait, I'm gonna rip it open. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I wonder if there's an ice cream truck around here. If a city has a castle, you must visit it. It's one of the cardinal laws of tourism. And here they have the Prague Castle. It sits high on a hill, so it is kind of a hike to get to. You can take public transportation, but the easiest way is just to hoof it up these steps. So I'm going to be feeling that strudel. That wasn't that bad. Okay. Oh, beautiful view from up here. I didn't realize that Prague was a city of red roofs. Oh, I wish it would stop raining. Having one of those moments where I'm just thinking, I know I should be excited about seeing a castle, but I would much rather have a cappuccino in a cozy cafe. But the castle really is essential to your visit because this is where Prague got its start. And inside its gates, it's over 1,000 years of this city's history and, I'm sure, a castle cafe.
What I like about...
I met up with a wonderful guide named Milos Shurik, just in time for the changing of the guard at Prague Castle.
So the changing of the guard doesn't just happen at Buckingham Palace.
Oh no,
I had no idea.
no. Actually every hour, on the hour from sunrise to sunset.
Every hour they change the guards.
Yeah, but only now. Only at the noontime, you know, that is very ceremonial. As you see these musicians, you know, playing funny fanfare, which sounds to me like British pop music, you know. And how do you like the costumes?
They're very nice.
They were designed by the same artist who designed all the costumes for Amadeus.
The movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not so military. It's just entertainment.
Yeah, that's right.
The castle is really a fortification that encompasses, among other things, a basilica, the old royal palace, and St. Vitus Cathedral.
I cannot believe how well lit this is.
It's very unique, you know.
These Gothic churches are usually really dark and kind of
Yeah,
gloomy, if I
yeah,
may
that's
say
right.
that. And
Yeah.
how old is this?
Well, believe it or not, it took almost 600 years to finish. You know.
600 years?
Yeah. Only that part, you know, is original mid-14th century Gothic, but this whole portion was only completed at the beginning of the 20th century.
Really?
And that is what's so unique about this church. So this is true highlight of this cathedral. This is Good King Wenceslas Chapel.
Good
He's
King
right here.
Wenceslas?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the song?
Yeah, that's the song, but I'm sorry to say that, you know, he wasn't king.
Okay.
And,
was he good?
Well, I'm not sure either, you know, but still, let's leave it.
But anyway, he's here.
Yeah.
He's right here.
Yeah, let him be. Well, look here. This is door where, as you can see, there are 7 different locks, and you need 7 different keys. And you know why? Because only then you can walk up the round staircase to the first floor where Bohemian crown jewels are kept.
Really? And so no one can see it? It's not a part of the tour?
Once in 5 years.
Aw, we can't see it?
Well,
I don't know.
you know,
Who do I gotta talk to?
yeah.
Maybe if I knock, they'll let us in.
yeah. Let's see what's going to happen.
Coming up, the most dangerous bowl of donuts in Europe. Passport to Europe returns to Prague after this.
One thing I didn't know was how much music played an integral part of this city's persona. Concerts are daily, almost hourly events here, and if music be your passion, there's a very unique place to stay.
The Arya Hotel is located just 5 minutes from the Charles Bridge, so it's easy to get anywhere you want to go. The hotel is modern, which I love, but there's a strong dash of old world elegance. Nothing too stodgy, just enough to remind you that you are in the grand city of Prague. And music motifs are everywhere. On the floor, these are mosaics of ancient notes found on Gregorian chants. And if you look up above, there are 20 of the world's greatest composers staring down at you, just making sure that the check-in process is going smoothly. Each floor at the Arya is dedicated to a musical genre. There's classical, contemporary, jazz, opera. Then each room celebrates an artist or band that is a part of that genre. So you could stay on the jazz floor in the Billie Holiday room, or, and I know this is going to make you jump on a plane to Prague right now, the ABBA room. I didn't go with the ABBA room. I went with Johann Sebastian Bach. Don't be disappointed, but this might cheer you up. Look at the key. Just put it right there, and you're going. My Bach room is a deluxe suite. So I have a separate seating area, bedroom, and a very nice bathroom with a huge shower. It's a very lovely room, wouldn't you agree? Wait till you see the view outside my windows. Oh, aren't those gardens gorgeous? Those are Baroque-style gardens, just in case you wanted to recreate it in your own backyard. Lovely to look over. Prague has the reputation of being a very inexpensive city, but unfortunately, not where hotels are concerned. You might want to wait for the off-season. October through March, hotels cut their rates 20 to 40%, so bring a sweater and save some money. There's a shopping trip I have to make. Prague has a reputation for producing some of the finest glassware in the world, and there are many shops like this one who sell their goods directly from the nearby factory at incredible prices. I collect stemware and glasses, so if I get a little crazy, I apologize. But this store has an incredible selection. They've got gold-rimmed glasses, colored glass, delicately etched, thickly cut. Now, I really like these water glasses with that delicate etching. It says here that they are 324 crowns. 25 crowns equals about $1. So these glasses for a set of 6 are, let me quickly do my math, brought my little pencil, $13. What else?
Oh my gosh, they're $26 for a set of 6. Oh gosh, I really need to focus here. Why don't we go have a cup of coffee and I'll think about it. Prague is definitely a cafe society. Cafes here are packed morning, noon, and night. Right now I'm at the Cafe Imperial, which is a gorgeous Art Nouveau, all ceramic cafe. Really nothing like it in the world. But I am here for one other reason, to find out if what I read about this place was true. And it is. Okay, ready? See that big bowl of donuts right over there? Well, those are stale, rock hard. For around $60 US, you can buy that bowl of stale donuts and throw them at anyone here in this cafe. Now, they will not guarantee your safety, but you are allowed to do it. And this is all from a novel written back in 1943 by a Czech humorist who broke down all human beings into 3 categories. Those who would look at a bowl of stale donuts and think nothing. Those who would look at a bowl of stale donuts and dream of throwing them at people. And then the third, those who would lob donuts at everyone in a cafe. And I must say, I'm number 1. I would never look at a bowl of donuts and think of throwing them at anyone. However, I am going to keep my eye on the other people here. Hey, who threw that? Oh, I got a nice fluffy one for you.
Next, Prague is the home of Mozart's Don Giovanni, and we've got a ticket to a memorable performance. Stay with us. Eating out in Prague has changed enormously in the last 15 years. Before then, it was mainly restaurants serving pretty bland food, but at cheap prices. Now, because of a very healthy tourist industry, there are a lot more international restaurants, and of course, Czechs themselves are discovering a newfound pride in their own particular cuisine. My friend Milos, remember him from the castle? He's going to take me to his favorite restaurant. So Milos has ordered us a very light lunch here, enjoyed by the typical Czech.
Well, I'm not so sure if it's like lunch, you know. Yeah. Well, you know, this is actually one of the most typical Bohemian dishes.
Goulash.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's interesting. For example, in Budapest, if you order goulash, you will get soup. Here, as you see, it's a whole meal.
Right.
Yeah. How do you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Delicious, yeah.
I'll be plumping up nicely after this.
This is what we are famous for.
Now, you're not eating, but what aren't you eating?
Well, these are little sausages, you know, and I love horseradish. And
Is that horseradish?
Yeah.
I've never seen it shaved like that. And that's how you would normally see it.
Yeah.
May I have a little try of yours right here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You better eat it with your hands.
Oh, with my fingers?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, would you dip it in that horseradish?
Yeah, a little mustard, you know, and
then
you
a
know,
little
that's right.
Oh,
that
this
is correct. So what do you think?
It's wonderful.
Isn't that great?
I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for the horseradish kick, though. And all this is washed down perfectly with a nice Czech beer. Czechs consume the most beer per capita in the world.
That is correct. You know, we are proud, you know, to be world champions in beer consumption per capita. That is correct.
Well, go ahead. Come on, why are you watching me? Well, all right.
Well, be my guest.
He obviously doesn't know who he's dealing with. I'll eat everything here. When dusk comes, you'll begin to see another side of Prague. I'm still at the Hotel Arya at their rooftop restaurant called Coda. It's closed right now because the weather's gotten cold, but it's still a wonderful place to come up and have a glass of wine and see a view that you would never know something like this existed, you know? And from up here, you can see why Prague is called the City of 100 Spires. It's just so beautiful. I don't want to move, you know? But the nightlife here is fantastic, especially when it comes to music. And there are concert halls and churches on every other corner advertising some wonderful musical venue. And would you believe that opera always tops the list? I certainly wanted to take advantage of Prague's incredible music scene at the Estates Theater. Now this was the theater that Wolfgang Mozart wrote Don Giovanni for. In fact, he conducted it here himself. Prague has a tremendous love for Wolfie, and he returned the love. In fact, he denounced his German home and claimed himself a citizen of Prague. So seeing Don Giovanni would be a very appropriate choice.
Don Giovanni is so famous in Prague that you can enjoy the opera in many smaller theaters in town, and it's still just as thrilling. Even if it is performed by marionettes. There are actually several puppet performances of this opera in town, but this one at the National Marionette Theater has been running since 1991. Now there are some liberties taken, but it's great fun, and it gives a whole new meaning to the term, the string section. Prague is such an exotic and intriguing city to be in, and I definitely felt in being here that I was in a very different place in the world, and that was just thrilling. Another very welcoming aspect of this city are the prices. Prague is still an inexpensive city to visit. Rome, New York, Paris, London, you could learn a few things from Prague. It's just like them, this is a world-class city unlike any other in the world. However, it is affordable. If you want to learn more about what I did in Europe, talk about the show, or check out my photos and journal, log on to Travel Channel at discovery.com. See you there.